Okay, we're going to look at another volume of rotation problem. In this case, number 2. Find the volume if the region enclosing y equals x squared plus x, y equals 0, and x equals 2 is rotated about A, the x-axis, B, the line y equals 6, and C, the line y equals 9. And the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at this function itself, what this function looks like. We're going to look at where this function bounds the essentially y-axis. This y equals 0 means the y-axis. So if we set the function x squared plus x equal to 0, solving by factoring, we're going to have x times quantity x plus 1 is equal to 0. And then using the zero factor property, we have x equals 0 and x equals negative 1. And what this looks like, if we have x equals negative 1 right here, we're going to have the function go down, touch the x-axis at x equals negative 1, hit bottom right here where x equals negative 1/2, and go up. The second root or 0 is going to happen here at x equals 0. And so we're talking about this little area here. And in the context of bounding, we're also given the x equals 2 over here on the right. Well, in the context of the problem, if you're bounding about the function and the x-axis, I don't see how x equals 2 really makes sense. Okay. I don't see how it makes sense because that's not going to be consistent with this boundary here between the function and the x-axis. So I'm going to kind of try to ignore this part over here and continue working on. Well, in this case, we're finding it rotated about the x-axis. Our big R is going to be this one right here, which is going to be x squared plus x. And our little r, since we're flush right up against the x-axis, is going to be 0. So our volume is going to be pi times the integral of, and our limit's going to be from negative 1 to 0. So I'll put negative 1 here to 0 times the integral of, we'll have big R squared, which is going to be x squared plus x, and that squared times dx. So that's going to be this whole area here rotated around. Make it a little, okay, up here it's going to come up on top too, about the same. So it rotates around, and you get some almost circular, and then from the side, view from the side, this thing is going to look like a circle. All right. Next, about the line y equals 6. Now again, we're talking about the same function. I'm drawing the one we had on the left, and we have here on the right our y-axis. We have our little piece of function here that's a little below the x-axis, right like this. Okay. And then we're doing is we're rotating this about the line y equals 6. So here we have the line y equals 6. And so this shape is being rotated around this line y equals 6. And so what we have is we have two r's here. All right, we have the big R is going to be we're going to have to add 6 to it. So I'm going to have, I'm going to have to work out the arithmetic on it first below. Okay, in purple, for big R, we're going to have x squared plus x plus our distance of 6. That's our distance of 6. And that's going to be it. So I'm going to put x squared plus x plus 6. Now little r, I'm going to write here in red, is just going to be the distance 6. Over here on the left one was 0, so that'll be 6. So our volume is going to be, we're going to use the same, we're going to have pi on the outside. We're going to go from -1 to 0, like we did earlier, and have big R, and big R is going to be x squared plus x plus 6, and that's going to be squared, and we're going to be minusing small r, little r, so we're going to have 6 squared and times dx. So that's what this is going to look like. Now for about the line y equals 9, be very similar to part B here. Okay, I'm going to draw this out. It's pretty sloppy, but it'll work. Okay, the same thing. We got the little piece below the x-axis here. But this time, instead of rotating about the line y equals 6, we rotate about the line y equals 9. Okay, y equals 9. And so our r is going to be, instead of x squared plus x plus 6, it's going to be x squared plus x plus 9. And little r is going to be just 9. And so our volume is going to be pi times the integral of, from -1 to 0. We're going to have big R, and big R is going to be x squared plus x plus 9 squared minus 9 squared, and all that times dx. So the integral of all this. Anyway, I'm going to post this evening and send it out. Hope this is helpful to you. And thank you for viewing.